So for you, Casper, what is a new, I'm going to go to the therapies just because I like it, because I hear you saying that you are doing those things, you are doing those basic practices, and no one's perfect. So I'm not saying that, but just, you are taking the time to tune in, to breathe, to know what is needed in your life. With that in mind, would you say is like the one or two top therapy that you're kind of obsessed with right now that's really helped you to cultivate that authentic calm, that state of ease in your entire being, right? Body, mind, spirit.
Yeah, from a therapeutic standpoint, if you really want to jump in like the clinical side, because I would almost say it is those small little things that you apply at home that really help you get there. Like for me, it's like playing tennis. That's it. Like that's my therapy.
Oh, I love
right?
that.
That's the therapy. And because I love it. I love play time. I grew up like playing tennis. I was like on the tennis team and everything, and then just dropped it and just like went against it and didn't play for a while. And then I picked it up and just feel just like, again, that's such a de-stress and moving your body, not thinking, just, and just in the moment. And that's a beautiful thing, to stay in the moment and not even worry about Ukraine, pandemics, or anything. That doesn't happen when you're just like running back and forth, forehand, back, like you're not thinking about it. You can't do it. So that's a beautiful escape for me. And again, like what you said, like one of my favorite lines in one of my favorite movies, Vanilla Sky, is it's the little things. There's nothing bigger, is there? And he's like questioning at the end, right? David Ames. And I believe that it is the little things. Those are the foundations, everything. But of course, you could always add in catalysts that help you to move on to become optimized. And I think that's part of what like biohacking movement is all about and everything else. So from the therapeutic side, I do love just general IVs to help the body just be in its optimal state. And that can mean detox IVs are big for me because yes, you will take in toxicity. So you have the glutathione, vitamin C's, you could even have homeopathics, everything like that help your organs of elimination, increase antioxidant level if goes against free radicals and everything, and help remove toxicity from the body. I think that's really important for your body. I'll give this analogy. My father always talks about this and he loves analogies because usually when he speaks to patients or doctors also, it's like you can't go over the head with too much science. Otherwise, it gets lost. Your body is like a home inside, the inner milieu, let's call what's going on inside that you never see. People see their skin. They love it. That's why I think people spend so much on anti-aging. If they could see their liver, their heart, they'd probably spend more on that stuff. But we're visual beings. I get it. You can't open yourself up and see how they're going. So, but inside of our body, think of it as like your home, your house. If you collect a lot of crap in it, meaning eating poorly, you get chemicals induced in there, heavy metals through cosmetics now and everything else, maybe mercury fillings, right? All of these things, you start to create an environment inside your house that's filled with garbage, maybe dirty pots everywhere and, and just, wrappers and leftover food there, and it's not clearing out. Your pathways, let's say your garbage that goes outside and gets picked up, it's just too much. You don't have enough in there. Your liver, your kidneys, your lymphatic system are overwhelmed by all of this. So it just builds up inside. And what happens, we know, when a house has enough garbage around it? First, you might see some ants trailing around because they have a little sugar path going and they found something sugary you ate in there. Next, if you allow that, you might see some other insects, maybe some flies over something going rancid or, cockroaches even, right? That New York City, everyone knows that. If you don't have a very clean apartment, you're bound to see them no matter where it is. That's just the truth of New York City. Even $1 million penthouses have seen cockroaches. So, and then you get mice, maybe rats, right? Again, New York City people know that. And through the pandemic, as restaurants were shut down, rats were like running out of things, right? And they were like going cannibalistic, I heard, and all these things because their line of garbage, right, wasn't there. But again, inside your body, think of it the same. Those pests will be opportunistic over a messy environment. They always have, always will. It's what they do. Now, replace, pests with pathogens. So you're going to have, different types of pathogens enter. They will, or you'll just have a dysbiosis, meaning a unbalanced microbiome. where the good, healthy ones that digest, that make up more of you than you even are genetic material, will start to go into the negative side of things, the balance, and that throws everything out. And that's even linked, they said, the microbiome to things like depression. It's not just how you digest food. Think about it, it's everything about you, right? You have a whole entire universe within you, a whole, society within you, how you taking care of them. So if you don't clean your house, if you don't take the garbage out and, give that support to the garbage men, in a sense, that are your organs of elimination, then you're already in a bad state, and especially with sensitive people, because those symptoms will show up quicker.
Yeah.
So that's why it's really essential for me and for a lot of the patients, almost every single one we come in here, even if it's from the health optimization. We've had Olympic athletes come through here. Sometimes their toxicity levels are high, even though they're supremely healthy, right? So everyone could deal, and it doesn't have to be IV. It could be European biological medicines, right? Drainage type remedies, binders, all these different things, chlorella, like so many different things. So I think that's really important. I do love the NAD also, because it's just depleted, right? We just live in a constant state. And again, I think there's the flip side with that therapy. At the same time, stop watching the news so much. Stop doing things that are fearful so much. For those sensitive people, I have to say, don't watch scary movies. Like, trust me, that is activating your sympathetic nervous system and triggering you. And don't drink so much coffee, maybe. Listen, I think coffee can be a wonderful thing. I think it's an antioxidant, like all, but like sparsely, and maybe even like shift it. Because if your anxiety levels are up every time you have one, you're just activating your nervous system, sympathetic, it's hard, and that will start to burn you out. And then who knows, adrenal fatigue followed by a bunch of different symptoms. So that's why I say NAD can help with that, because you're depleting in that anxious, stressful state, and you need that. But again, like you said, we could give you all the NAD infusions you want. If you keep being so stressed out, it's not going to work. So all these therapies, and then there are really interesting ones where you go on that frequency vibration type of level. So we have something called Stellar Deluxe, that is electro-gem therapy, and it's using specific light shine through certain gems and crystals, and then go on certain areas to help with your assemblage point, which is your center kind of, energy point. And if that's off, other things can't regenerate properly. And you could actually help with that, whether it's shined on the spleen or even on the head for depression and everything. So it's utilizing this energy, light, these different frequencies to help bring you back to homeostasis and back on an energetic way, because so many of us are off. If we're constantly around EMF, constantly around all these things that are negative to us, and the news, social media, everything throws us off. We need to find balance in it. And those are quick ways to do it, right? They are kind of like, again, I call them catalysts to what you can be doing in nature. So a lot of what is going on there, a lot of what we're trying to do is just emulate nature in a very quick way, because we only have an hour with you at our clinic, right? Yeah. And then we would recommend you then do those things again in nature. Go out in nature, like ground, use Schumann waves to your benefit. Get away from all the electronics and do that, and see if you feel not just more grounded, but actually if you feel less stressed, if you feel better afterwards.